A lot of students like to do this canceling out move where they take away something on the top, something on the bottom, that's the same, and they put down the remaining numbers and say, okay, we call it a day, right? But of course, this is not the correct way to do this problem. We can't just cancel out terms like that. I mean, the reason this misconception exists is because students were used to cancel out terms when they had a problem like this. They see like 2 over 2 times 8, they would cancel out the 2's because it's on the top and the bottom. And this was actually perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with this move here. But let's say there's terms that are added together on the bottom. Now students, if they cancel it out here, this would not be okay. In fact, it's very obvious that this should not get you the same answer. This should get you, well, 2 over 2 plus 8 is just 2 over 10, which is just 1 over 5. But let's say we did try to cancel it out. Maybe we're left with something like 1 over 1 plus 8, which is definitely not going to be 1 over 5. So why does this misconception happen? Well, you can think about the top question, like 2 divided by 2 times 8. And if you just thought about what 2 divided by 2 is, that's 1. So it makes sense. Okay, they cancel out and we're left with 1. But then because we're doing 1 times 8, the 1 doesn't really matter, right? We're just left with 8 because there's only multiplication and division. And whenever you multiply or divide by 1, it doesn't really do anything. But on the bottom, if you write it like this, 2 divided by 2 plus 8, I know it's not exactly correct because of order operations. But you can think, well, if you do 2 divided by 2, let's say it cancels out and just makes 1. But then 1 plus 8 is not just going to get you 8, right? In this case, if you're adding or subtracting, the 1 does matter. So what can we do? Teachers typically tell students to cancel out a term that's present in all 3. So something like this. And get you 1 plus 4x on the bottom. Now, if we're not really good with the mental math here that's required or to find the GCF, what you can just do is factor. You can factor the bottom. So if you factor the bottom, you're going to take out a 2x squared. You're left with 1 plus 4x on the bottom. Now, this basically looks like the problem we had earlier, right? Like 2 over 2 times 8. And now we know it's safe because it's only multiplication and division to cancel out terms like this, right? And then it's going to be 1 over 1 plus 4x, which gets you the correct answer. To see if you understood the concepts in this video, try this problem.